Good morning, everybody. It's May 26th. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm going to go over here and finish up that on the outside that we were doing yesterday. And hopefully I can get that done in a couple of hours, leaving me some time to do some patching up work with my leftover mortar. All right, the first thing I'm doing today is I'm going to get all this off the best I can along the bottom over here. It just makes it easier just have it done when I go to clean the wall. Alright, pretty much got it. It's not perfect. Doesn't need to be perfect. I'll come back in here with a little hammer or something, or a little screwdriver, and get the detailed part of it if I need it a little bit more cleaned up. Then a sweep, and then maybe even a leaf blower on there to get it really clean so that the paint can stick to it. Alright, now we are ready to get back to what I was doing yesterday. Alright guys, hey, I just wanted to show you something. I'm almost done. I'm getting close. I probably got another hour or something. I've done this part so far. But I came up with a new method. So, I don't know if you remember, I was using 60 grit sandpaper the first time around on this, and that's the lowest number grit I could get at Home Depot. Well, I went on Amazon and got 60 grit, or 40 grit. So I didn't realize, I mean, it feels stronger, but it just didn't dawn on me to give this a shot on hitting the high spots instead of using the oscillating tool. So what I've been doing is I will get a new piece, go over what I just cleaned with the oscillating tool. Then I come over here and do a little patch and just knock down what I can with this. And then I'll go over it with the oscillating tool again, what I couldn't get with the sandpaper, then go over it with the sandpaper again and go over there. But what's happening is the sandpaper is saving me time. So there's like 50 pieces or something in this, so I can use a piece every 3 feet, and I'm fine. So I've probably used maybe 6 or 7 pieces so far along the side. Maybe I'm going to use 10 or something on this side. So anyway, it's working out pretty good. So that's what I'll do, is I'll go over that little section right there of sandpaper. Then I'll go over with my oscillating tool, the highlights, what I didn't get with this, then go back over it with this real quick. Works out really well. Going a lot faster. Alright guys, pretty much got this side done. And now, next step is go get me some mortar over here, mix it up, and just go in and fill anything that's like an obvious hole that needs help. And I'll probably touch up a couple of spots that I've missed. I can see here and there I've missed a couple spots of grinding things down. Okay, so I went around, all the way around, and I kind of did patchwork a couple times and then sanded it immediately so I wouldn't have any mess left over. But the problem with that is it didn't really let it set up long enough, so some of it just fell right back out. It is what it is. I don't care too much. It looks better than it did. And now we're going to want to go around here on the outsides and blow. we're going to do that all the way around, and then I'll come around with my screwdriver and knock some stuff off, and I brought a broom. We're just going to try to clean this ledge up step by step. All right, guys, it is only 1:30, but I finished my project. Everything's clean. Blue to the bottom. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, which is perfect. I wanted it to rain so I can clean all the dust off. There's a jug over here. Bryn's over here. He's going to use my tractor. He's going to start cutting a pad in up there for himself and Nicole. Anyway, this is pretty much done. On Wednesday, I get the rubber paint for this, and I can paint it, waterproof it, and then we'll put some rock in here from that pile there. Put rock all the way in, lay the pipe, and then call for an inspection. And then after they're done, we'll put more rock and a cloth and then backfill it. Anyway, so I am done. I will see you guys the next time I'm out here. All right, guys, almost 9 o'clock, May 29. Been a couple days since I've been out here. Having technical difficulties with my camera, so I'm using my phone today. Hopefully everything turns out all right. So I got my waterproofing paint. Thing's locked in there. I'll get that out in a minute. And we need to paint this whole thing on the outside to waterproof it. I can see that it looks like it did. I mean, I know it did rain, and it looks like it splattered a little bit along the bottom. So I need to take a brush and brush that. And also probably, I like the way my leaf blower really cleaned things up. And then we'll just hit it and see how that goes. All right, I've gone around the whole building here, around the whole wall, but I haven't got this in yet. I'm really surprised at how much dust is still coming off, because we had some rain and I was hoping that was going to clean a lot of it off. I've already swept it once and took the leaf blower on it a couple of times, and it states that this can't be dirty when you paint this. I'm not really quite sure, you know, what am I supposed to do? I'm going to take that leaf blower at it. Hopefully that will get a lot off too. I feel like I could just keep doing this all day and it's just going to keep coming off. I don't know. But I don't want to do this forever. Alright guys, this is what this stuff looks like. It's very creamy. It says you don't need to stir it. Read the directions on there, no need to stir it. It's ready to go as soon as you get it out of the package. This is something, I watched a couple of videos on YouTube yesterday. It appears fairly straightforward that I just paint it. But I'm not quite sure what to expect. And this, I got one thick roller for this. Hopefully that works. As a little practice, I'm just going to start down here. I was trying to decide where should I start so that I can get an idea of what I'm doing and how to do it. This, I'm pretty sure, is going to be below grade because we're going to be going across the top here. So a lot of this will be below grade. So I want to just get a feel of it on this side. On top of that, if I have enough of this, I would like to be able to do this side first, then do the whole rest of the thing, and then if I have some left, I want to do this side again, if it's dry enough, because this is going to be the side with all the dirt against it, and I just want to ensure that we're not going to have leaks. All right, let's practice this, see what we got. I'm not sure how this is all going to work, trying to figure it out. I got a couple little like lightweight gloves. I barely touched this stuff and it got all over my hands. I rinsed it in water right away and got a rag, but it's still stuck. So I have a feeling this is something you don't want to touch much. This is an for extra rough surfaces, this brush, and I hope it lasts me for the whole thing around. I got to thinking maybe I should have got 2 of them, but I did not. And I can tell this is something that once you get this on the brushes, I think you're just going to throw it away when you're done. I don't think you're going to be able to use it again. And I would like to get right along here really well and thick. In fact, I might just go along here because this is the seam and dirt sitting there. You know, I really hope that this does what it's supposed to do and keeps this waterproof. Now, I watched most people yesterday when I watched on YouTube, everybody had black. One guy had gray for above grade. I didn't know that was possible, but we went online. We knew we didn't want black because a lot of it was going to be above grade, and I don't want a black wall. So I'm hoping that after this dries, it'll be a little bit sheer and you'll be able to see through it. Or worst case scenario, it stays fairly white, but we plan on making our house white or a little off-white or whatever. So it should go together. All right, this is what I've been doing is I went all the way around, and my priority was to really sop this seam right here. I went ahead and did the ledge, not perfectly, because when I watch people on YouTube, they weren't doing that. They weren't painting that ledge. But I thought, you know, if that helps repel some water, why not? So that was the thinking behind that, but mostly getting this first section right there in that seam really well, really soaking it in. And I didn't see anybody pour this sealant into like a paint bucket or anything. Everybody was on YouTube was just dipping their brushes straight into it, and I get it. Like, oh boy, does it get heavy after you've carried it around the whole building. I didn't have a perfectly flat surface all the way around. On this side was good. It was nice. And the back side over there, but over here where we had quite a slant going on, it was pretty hard to do, to carry that bucket all the way around. Anyway, this is what it's looking like. I'm getting the feel of it, and I get it. I mean, it feels all right. I don't know how this brush is going to work, but I think that's going to be my next step, is filling that out now. Before picking up that roller, decided to go around, and I'm doing all the vents so that I can kind of get this detail, not super detail, but a little bit of a detail job, so I can take that roller by it without getting too close. I'm still trying to figure out what's going to be normal looking. I'm noticing where I go over some stuff, there's the block is so porous that you see the holes or whatever left. I don't know if that means I'm not putting it on thick enough, or if that's just going to be normal. Where I see the porousness coming through, I try to go back over real quick with a brush, but I have a feeling if I go back and look at it, it's still, the holes are still coming through. I don't know, maybe that means it just needs to be put on super heavy thick. All right, well, I did all of the vents. Now maybe I'll start doing the roller and figure that out. All right, I'm pretty impressed with how this is turning out. I haven't got down here at the end yet, but I had to show the wall down this way, and so that you can see the difference. That looks good. I'm thinking of doing one more layer if I have enough paint left. Looks great. It really cleans it up. All right, guys, I thought I'd go ahead and show you here the method that I came up with. What I do is I go ahead and get this really sopping wet, and I go along the bottom. It's so wet that the roller doesn't even turn. And as you start going up a little bit, it starts turning. Go ahead and hit this like this again to kind of reinforce getting more paint in there. I call this paint. It's not really paint, but waterproofer. I don't know. So I did see on one video where they were saying it's good to go both ways, up and down and side to side. And that seems to be making sense to me. So yeah, I'll go side to side and then I'll go up and down. It tends to fill in some holes that you miss one way. Not that you miss, it's just it didn't fill it in. It's kind of helpful so you don't have to push in on your roller so much. And it helps to eliminate those streaks when you're going this way and your roller's not rolling. Really kind of wring it out of my roller on this area that I haven't done yet. What it ends up doing is it kind of primes it and gets excess paint out of here. I just like it because I don't end up getting ahead of myself and getting way too much paint on my roller. And that's so thin that it dries, but it helps, like I say, it serves as a primer a little bit. So then when I go over it again, it's covered more. Again, I'm just primering in this because I didn't get a lot on there. I tend to work my way from the bottom up most of the time. I do think I still have a little less than half a bucket of paint of this waterproof seal stuff. So I am going to check over there when I'm done here and see if it's dried enough to maybe do another layer of this. I don't know how important it is, but it seems like it's important to me in the fact that especially the lower part that will be below grade, that it's really sealed well. So we never have to worry about water leaking into the basement or into the crawl space. And I did go over this pretty doggone good, I feel like. I mean, but this stuff is porous, so there's a lot of little holes. I really focused on making sure I got the mortar strips filled though. The little holes that are on the cement block, I wasn't as meticulous on that. I think because I kind of had it in the back of my mind, if I have stuff left over, I'll do another layer. So yeah, I think it looks pretty awesome. Looks pretty good. Again, I'm using my phone today. I hope this all turns out well because my micro SD cards on my camera were formatted wrong, so I couldn't use it today. Let's see. It's slightly tacky, but just about dry. Slightly tacky. Probably, that side's in the shade. So this side will definitely, by the time I get around to it, will be dry because it's sitting right in the sun. Pretty happy with it, looking good. All right guys, I did the second round all the way around. I'm doing this on the bottom like this. I saw it in one of the videos. The guy said just sop it up, and because I went to use the paintbrush that I used first time around, and because I didn't rinse it out or anything, it was all dried up and hard already. So that worked pretty good actually, this way. And I'm just sopping it up. A lot more sopping up this time than last time. I don't know if I could have done this in one round, like just did it really thick the first time or not. But I didn't do it that way. I did it like I guess like a painter. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do this like a painter or not. If I should have sopped it on real thick the first time or not. But this was, I'm 1,000,000% glad I did this. It's hard to see on this side, but on the other side, on the back side where it's shady, you could see so many holes that didn't get filled the first time around. So it definitely needed to be done. Here in the sunny part, I can't see it. I can't see it nearly like that other way on the shady spot. I'm just going real heavy on it, hoping for the best. Plus I have plenty of this waterproofing stuff left over. I have maybe 1/8 of a bucket still, so I can go heavy and not worry about running out. It really pulled it together though. It really filled in the holes. It needed it. It needed that second coat for sure. It was going really thick. The brush doesn't even hardly turn anymore. Besides the fact that I don't know if I would have passed codes from that first round or not, it just makes me feel so much better that it's got 2 coats of waterproofing on it. So I don't want to have, leaks into my crawl space. I'm going to save the rest of this bucket's worth for just in case situation. I don't know. Maybe down the road I do get a little leak or something goes with inspection and they need me to do something. I don't know. That way I have a little bit of this in supply and I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, this had a lot of holes, and it still has actually quite a few, but I really filled them in second time around a lot better. So hopefully they'll be okay with this. If they're not, then at least I have a little bit more that I can put on there and then pass, because this bucket is $100 and it took about a week and a half to get it or so. It is from Home Depot. This is what we used. Valia and I also are talking about, I don't know, I need to research and see if you can paint over this, because when this does rain, it's going to splatter this red dirt up on to this white, and it's going to be real obvious. I don't know if this is really water, if it's dirt repellent, so that we won't, it's okay if it splatters on there or not, and we can just spray it off. If not, we were thinking we could paint with some kind of like an enamel paint or something that would be a little bit more water resistant. But I don't know, we'll see. But this is cool. Looks like I'm done with another project. I'm over here watering plants and stuff. Since I finished that project, we need to water, but I noticed from way over here how much whiter that looks, much more white from over here than when you're next to it. It takes on more of a gray tint over there. Over here it's a little more white. All right, I don't even know what time it is, but I'm gonna wind it up here pretty soon, putting everything away. So I'll probably be back out here tomorrow. I need to now, next project is to put gravel in, a pipe, drain pipe, and all that stuff. So we'll be back out here tomorrow, most likely, to do that.